Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subbed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. Alright, so Lateasha, better known as Sweet Tea, Dr. G's new wife on Married to Medicine, she is really pissed when it comes to Carlos and definitely Dr. Heavenly. But she's really pissed about the fact that the two of them are teaming up and doing these reviews every week on Married to Medicine, and it just looks like and feels like to her that they're just kind of ganging up on her. And I have to agree that I feel like no matter what people feel about Lateasha and how she got with her husband, whether she can conceive or not, honestly, really, that part is none of our business. Yes, she shared it on the show, but I'm not going to go there when it comes to a woman's health about speculating whether she knew she had issues conceiving a child or not, because I don't think most women, even if she sent him a DM saying, I can give you what you want, I can give you what you need, or I can give you the baby that your ex-wife refused to give you, or whatever, I don't think most women are going to get tested to make sure that they could have children before they send a message out like that, because I believe most women, they just automatically assume that they can have children when it comes down to the time to try to conceive. And honestly, for most women, that is true. Most women, that is not an issue. It's sad that someone like Dr. Heavenly, who, even if she's not a medical doctor, she's a doctor of dental medicine, but still, she's in the medical field, would say things about someone's medical health and just being a woman, herself, because she's said a lot of negative things and nasty things about Quad, and we'll talk about that in a moment too. But to know that she and Dr. Jackie, they were the two main catalysts for getting her on the show, which is actually ironic, because when we first heard about her possibly coming to the show, a lot of people assumed that Dr. Simone and Toya were the two. If there were any people that got her on the show, a lot of people assumed those were the two that courted her about coming onto the show. So to see that the two main people that she's having the issues with are the ones that coaxed her into becoming a part of the cast, it just really looks dirty. So anyway, this story comes from Urban Belle magazine. And the story is that Lateasha is having a dramatic rookie season. This is something that upsets her a lot, because Dr. Heavenly Kimes and Dr. Jackie Walters had to talk her into joining the cast. Interestingly enough, Heavenly has since said she wanted T on the show for laughs. So bring on the show at her expense, at her life situations, and you're going to laugh and make fun of it and whatever. It's weird. She was hoping T would try Quad Web and Quad would read her in return. Like, what kind of stuff is that? It's just weird. Anyway, and the entire exchange would have been great television, she thought. However, T said she wasn't interested in feuding with Quad. Quad had done nothing to her, and she felt no need for them to disrespect each other. After some back and forth on social media, it's safe to say Heavenly and T probably won't be on good terms anytime soon. T also had a controversial moment with Jackie during the recent episode. Jackie and Curtis weren't thrilled Hilton Head had been chosen as a cast trip location. Dr. Simone Whitmore argued She forgot Curtis was caught cheating on Jackie years ago in Hilton Head, so selecting it as the trip destination wasn't an attempt to be messy. Regardless, Simone promised Curtis and Jackie that no one would bring up his cheating past. In turn, Jackie and Curtis traveled to Hilton Head, and T told the couple it is unfair. They don't have to discuss touchy topics, but her relationship hasn't been off limits to Jackie. At the thought of the exchange, or at the height of it, I should say, T wasn't here for Jackie referring to her as baby girl, so she responded, F you, B. Now it seems as if T isn't feeling some of the YouTube videos Heavenly has been making with Carlos King. They have been reviewing every episode. Sweet T took to Twitter, known as X, to make a controversial post. She wrote, "How are you a producer of the OWN network but speaking on a woman's medical condition? You reduce yourself to a fool and a blogger. It's time to humble the fake bleep want to be Andy. Hashtag married to mad, hashtag OWN, hashtag Oprah Winfrey, hashtag cancel, hashtag Carlos King." Listen, I'm here for it. I'm not here to say that he can't share his views and opinions on anything besides his own shows. That's not what I'm saying. But he does go overboard, and it's a bit much. It really is a bit much. The messiness and the gossiping about other, like she said, her medical condition. I don't watch their reviews, so I don't know all of the details. One, the both of them together is just way too much for me, meaning Heavenly and Carlos King, both of them teaming up. It's really a lot. I've talked about a few things here and there that have gone viral, and I just wanted to discuss it. But in terms of me sitting down, watching those two kiki and cackle and go off about other people and whatever, I just can't do it. It's just way too much for me. And so I'm here for her calling him out. And so she pretty much reiterated what Dr. Simone said about him that he did not take kindly to, which was calling him a blogger. And his response to Dr. Simone calling him a blogger was to call Dr. Simone one of the most irrelevant people on the show. You know, stuff like that is just really weird to me, especially coming out of his mouth, because how dare you being a producer of a reality show yourself, and then you want to call someone on another show, irrelevant. Talk about the people that you have that are irrelevant on your show and why you keep bringing them back. Obviously, not everyone that is on a reality show has to be over the top and just extremely messy and gutter and whatever, like he can be, and like Heavenly, because he's got more than a few people on his reality show that are just, shall we say, like he wanted to call it, irrelevant. You know what I mean? So that was just very mean-spirited of him, because essentially he is a vlogger. Add that to your list of credentials on your resume if you want, because we know that you have been producing the Love and Marriage Huntsville, DC, Detroit, which I don't believe but a handful of people was watching. But yeah, and still he's doing what he's doing with doing all of these interviews and doing the reviews of the other shows. Like, he just knows so much, but yet and still he does not want someone to call him a vlogger or a blogger. And that's exactly what you're doing a lot. And listen, you're getting great views, you're getting your money, you're doing your multiple streams of income. Cool, fine, do that. But don't get mad when somebody responds and he just doesn't like it. And the thing about it is, when he says he doesn't care, he does. That's why he will clap back or say something in response to comments like that. I mean, honestly, he can't respond to everything because there are a lot of people that call him out and say things about it. So when he says he doesn't care, it's actually because he does care. And speaking of the people on Married to Medicine that he is doing these weekly reviews with, Heavenly, it's really weird because it was just recently shown that Quad and Heavenly were hanging out together. And this is why I just really can't get a reading on Heavenly. It just doesn't make sense to me. The fact that she was, even though Toya, Dr. Simone, even Dr. Jackie shared their thoughts about Quad when they were at the table on the Napa trip. And Dr. Simone said that, we don't have a connection with you either. It was in response to Quad. So we're going to ask you to leave. Dr. Heavenly was one of the most vocal ones and really going in. Pretty much calling Quad fake. And a number of other things that she said. So to see these two hanging out together, it just really looks strange. So they're hanging out together, and a lot of people had some thoughts about it.
Listen, no, but I look real cute. I look cute. You like the black hair. Y'all like the black hair. Listen, y'all been asking about this bitch, this whole dirty bitch. Here she is. Look, the baddest one of them all. That's who y'all have to show your ass. Somebody say y'all I don't show ass, honey. I'm very classy. I'm a very classy girl, honey. Very classy girl. So classy, honey, classier than most. What you got to say about the people? They've been asking about you. What have they been saying? They've been wearing Where's Quad? I'm here, dear. I'm here living a fantabulous life. Every now and again, I get disappointed when I think about some things that my friends have done to me. And there was no apology, honey, but we're going to talk about accountability. God, Jesus, Lord. I feel real good today. I mean, do you got a man? What are you doing with none of your business. Oh, you don't tell your business? I don't tell my business. You're private, but you're on reality TV, huh? Yes, and a lot of people are.
All right, so that's a little video snippet of them hanging out together. And a lot of people are just like, what? I'm just going to share some of the comments. Someone said, you got but one time to embarrass me in front of the entire world. I'm sorry, but this is some fake bleep to me. Another one says, just cancel Married to Medicine now. Another one is saying, so let me get this correct. Mariah got dogged for saying she made Quad, but Heavenly has dogged Quad out year after year, and she can always make amends with Heavenly? Okay, and y'all say Quad wasn't hating on Mariah. And I have to agree with that. Another one says, if Quad can kiki with her after everything, then these two deserve each other. Another one says, two faces. She just wants to get back on the show. Another one says, I would never want to be friends with these people. They dog each other out and then come back together. That's some wild bleep. Another commenter said, Heavenly must be the production snitch. Because ain't no way she can go on YouTube and air out everyone except Jackie. Quad is better than most because Big Hev would be checked on and off camera. Another one says, once someone shows you who they are, believe them. Fool me once, shame on you. Twice, shame on me. Another one says, I would never want a flip-flopping, backstabbing friendship with Heavenly. I would have left her and that week A friendship at that dinner table, right where Heavenly left Quad at. Don't backtrack now. Heavenly showed you exactly where you stood with her on that episode. See, the thing about it is, they're pretty much two sides of the same coin, and the friendship isn't really real. The both of them had issues with Mariah. I felt like the issues were ridiculous. And so when you forge a friendship out of the hatred that you have for another person, the hatred that the both of you have for another person, you're not really genuine friends. You could say, oh, we connected or we forged a friendship or whatever, But that's why it was so easy for Heavenly to just go off on Quad the way that she did. And Quad really was hurt. Those tears that she had when she was doing her little, whatever they call it, confessional, yeah, with the camera, when she was, talking about how she was hurt and what about her and all this other stuff. That's why it was so easy for Heavenly to go off on her the way that she did and throw other people under the bus when it came to Quad, like Phaedra. So guys, this stuff with Lateasha and Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie coaxing her into coming on to the show and then pretty much treating her like a little girl and just disrespecting her uterus and how she got with Dr. G and trying to compare the relationship that she has with her husband now with the relationship that his former wife had with him. And then Heavenly pretty much dogging Quad out at that scene in Napa. And then these two are hanging out with each other. That's why Heavenly can just laugh and giggle, say whatever she wants to say, and she thinks because she laughs and giggles with the person that it makes it okay or it makes it better. Like that little scene at Sweet Tea or Lateasha's wedding reception. And she was upset with Heavenly. And Heavenly, she comes over and she's laughing and giggling. Girl, I love you. I was like, that. She is just so, ugh. But listen, I'm not going to say she is not good TV at times. That I'm not taking away from that, but a real friend, and then talking about Lateasha the way that she does with Carlos, I can understand Lateasha's feelings and calling Carlos out and her. But they don't care because they're making their money, they're getting their views, just being nasty as they want to be. And that's why it's easy for Heavenly to say whatever she wants to say. And I feel like Heavenly knows, for whatever reason, Dr. Jackie is a protected figure on that show. And that's why she is like, oh, this is my friend. I love Dr. Jackie. I have so much respect for Dr. Jackie. And trying to throw Dr. Simone under the bus when it came to Hilton Head. Like, who the freak cares where Curtis was when he was cheating on her back then? I mean, what they really need to be concerned about is him going to the DR all the time and where he's cheating now, because Jackie chose to stay with the man, so who really cares where they go? He could have been in their house for all she knew. I mean, I know they got a new house, I believe, since that time, but I'm just saying, it's just really ridiculous. So I feel that Heavenly definitely is an opportunist, and she knows that for whatever reason, Dr. Jackie is a protective figure. So that's why she's really more so friendly with Dr. Jackie. And they both kind of use each other because Dr. Heavenly can be her pit bull, her guard dog, her mouthpiece, her bully pulpit. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Guys, thank you so much for being here, liking, and subbing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.